And we are back again, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. UTR proudly presents Talk Yo Shit. Man, happy New Year to everyone. Man, it's been a long one. It's been a long one, y'all. We are back. Did you miss us? We miss y'all, man. Life has been lifing for us. Life has been lifing for y'all. I'm pretty sure, man. So we are back. People that have asked us individually and in the group where y'all been, but we are back for y'all. So let's get to it. And as always, we're gonna pass it off to the beautiful professor. What are we talking shit about tonight? What's the deal?
Tonight is the fuck around and find out, Albert. Okay, and I'm your DJ Easy. Not just playing. Anyways, before we get started, um, let's just give a little prayer and a shout out to everybody who has succumbed to some things in the fires that have happened in California.
Please.
Um, if you lost a home or anybody you know that lost their home, if you can donate, donate. FYI, do
Please.
not give it to the GoFundMe's. Give it directly to them because they cannot touch that money till they meet their GoFundMe goal, and then they still take money out of that. So if you can give it to them directly, give it to them directly. But moving on from that, it's time for the fuck around to find out. If
Let's
y'all want to
fuck
know what the
around and
fuck around to find out is, it's these people who voted for 45, 47. And now they fucking around and finding out.
dun, 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 dun. Fake news, fake news, fake news. Let's roll.
So
Bless you, sir.
the first one is, and these are all stories from Reddit. All right. So listen up. My sister is overreacting. That's what it says. During a social gathering at my sister's home, uh, let me start over because there's an edit in there. I'm a 34-year-old woman using a throwaway account because she didn't want nobody to know she was. And her husband began talking about the election. My sister freaked out when she realized my husband and I voted for Trump because she assumed we'd vote for Kamala. Things got heated, and my husband ended up saying, "Your body, my choice," to her as a joke. I seen the joke circulating online, so I knew what he was referencing and laughed. My husband and I are both pro choice, and it was just a joke. My sister started screaming at us to leave after he said it. I tried calming her down by saying he was just joking, but she wouldn't listen. She asked me if I was okay with what he said, and I said yes because he was only joking. He has a dark humor, so he often says shocking things for laughs. She ended up physically pushing us out of her house and slammed the door in our face. We called an Uber, and by the time we were home, I had received a long text from my sister. She said she never wants to see me or my husband again because of the jokes he made. I was devastated because she is my sister who I love more than anything. I tried telling her that politics is not worth destroying our relationship. I told her I never let anyone hurt her and it was just a stupid joke that was circulating online. She said she will never feel safe in my husband's presence ever again and that she will never see me the same. This is the first time my husband has ever said a joke like that to her, so she has no reason to feel unsafe around him. I think she misunderstood the joke and thought he was threatening violence when he was just making an abortion joke. I understand the joke was inappropriate, misogynistic, and disrespectful, but she is my sister. Both of our parents are dead, so she is the only family I have left. I don't know what to do because we already apologized. She was also the one who started it when she started freaking out about us voting for Trump. She know we are small business owners, so I thought she'd understand why we voted for him. We are just trying to make ends meet. We are not racist or sexist or any of the words she was spewing at us. Sign, how do I get through to her that she's overreacting?
Hmm. Well,
Anybody want to take that one?
well, shit. You fuck around and found out. Shit. Hmm.
Um, it seems I don't want to go like too deep into it, but
Please
um,
do. That's
I
the
feel
point.
No,
like it's a
that's the
couple
point.
reasons why it probably was it made that much of an impact. Because even though they're sisters, it's not everything that you tell your sister. Sometimes there are things that happen to you that can be a bit triggering, so you would rather keep it to yourself. It might have been something that actually did happen to her, and by them making that joke and it being the very first time that they've ever made that joke, it hit her more deeply. Or maybe her beliefs in that are so strong to where it's like you can't even make a joke like that. Like that's something that's really really serious right now. So I think I don't know if she overreacted. I think it maybe should have been a conversation of her explaining exactly why it was an overreaction. And if it was something that is done again, then you already know, okay, you know what, that's it. I think maybe it was a bit extreme cutting them off immediately, especially it being the first time. So I think more so there should have been a deep conversation about it. And if the behavior continued, then clearly, okay, you don't respect how I feel. So now I can cut you off. That's
Mm.
my.
Can I just speak to the men real quick? Fellas, this word of advice. There's a few conversations that we should never really give too much input in, and one of them is the abortion, my body, my choice conversation. You know, I think that it's really hard for men who can't have babies, carry babies, be mothers, to have a input on something that necessarily that we don't have the privilege of doing. Um, Now, I don't find nothing funny or nothing joking about when it comes to women's rights on whether they, whether what they should do with their bodies. Like, there's nothing funny or that's not even a joking topic to me. But just some quick advice to the fellas. I think that's something. It's a slippery slope, and this is what happens when conversations go left. And again, in my opinion, not a joking matter whatsoever. But I just think as men, we probably should stay away from those type of conversations. I'll let the rest of the panel go around, and I'll get back to the rest of the ladder later.
I agree. I mean, like I said, I I can't decide on what a woman should do with their body at the end of the day because it's not my choice. At the end of the day, the only way I do have a decision with something, in my humble opinion, is if we had that discussion together and we made that child together. That's the only way I see fit. But if you decide to do something with a baby that had nothing to do with me, and you decide to go abort or anything to that particular say to abort that baby, and like I said, I'm just your brother or brother-in-law, I can't tell you, oh, you can't do that or anything like that. So yes, I totally agree. So yes, I.
Yeah, I'm definitely on board with everything. And do I feel like she overreacted? No, because I felt like it was insensitive, and you have to understand, sometimes insensitive things can be, and once they get triggered by an insensitive action or remark, they're gonna take that to heart. And in my opinion, there's no coming back from that. Once once everything is said and done. So you might want to, I would say, just be mindful to people's sensitivity and trigger points, and and on a matter such as this, it's it's best to not say anything at all because it's is a major triggering factor, especially for women who go through, you know with basically for women that go through making such decisions, as such, in my view.
I'm gonna say this. It's not overreacting. Overreacting would have been her just being mad because they voted for Trump. Okay. I think where the situation took a turn for the worse is him opening up his mouth to say, "Your body, my choice." First of all, I wouldn't feel safe around him either, especially after knowing that saying going around and how a lot of these men feel about that saying. I wouldn't feel safe around him either. I'm just going to be honest. And me personally, I'm a person with dark humor, but dark humor only goes so far with certain things, and that was taking it too far into the extreme. So I would say have a conversation with your sister, let her know that you're not comfortable around your husband, and maybe y'all could venture back into talking. But at this particular time, I don't feel safe around your husband. And if that makes you uncomfortable, then we don't need to talk for now. And maybe we can revisit that at another time. But as far as overreacting, no, because he made the situation worse by making that statement, in my opinion. But, teach us all. Aaron, did you want to go back and revisit it before we move on?
No, I think we all touched on it enough. I mean, we can go to the comments. I know, well, yeah, one over there, but I think we kind of started off too serious. But at the end of the day, I know mine. Let's go on to the comments and we can jump on to the next Reddit file.
Okay.
Oh, we're definitely gonna get serious.
Oh, they are serious.
Yeah, most definitely.
Oh, we're gonna get serious. Believe that.
Alrighty, so our first comment is from Zakia. She says, "Welcome back, y'all. You've been missed. We missed you guys too." And Marcus is in the building. What's up?
What up?
He says, overreacting. He says overreacting would have been putting her hands on them. Overreacting would have been her pistol whipping them. Agreed.
I don't know. That pistol whipping sound kind of good right now. I'm just
Resort-
saying, if he said, "Your body, my choice," my pistol, your face. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Basically.
Y'all got it. I got no remarks.
I pretty much said it all.
I mean, but this one
Your
says,
Yo, Jelly, my bells bondsman. Gotta bail y'all out. I'm sorry.
You guys are my favorite blacks. There's no need to pistol whip. I would have got you out, no problem. A Latin bell bondsman. That's all I would have had to do. Don't worry about it. Just like I just signed I would have got you guys out, no problem. Continue, there, Professor.
Take that.
it's one more comment.
We got one more comment. Marcus says, "Well, my body choice to throw hands." Period.
I'm mad. This one says, "Am I the asshole for cutting my half sister off after she voted for Trump?" I'm the eldest daughter of 7 kids. I've made well off for myself, where a few of my siblings have fell short. We were raised with more liberal learning parents, so it came as a shock to me when my half sister told me she voted for Trump. In a way, my half sister has it way better than I did because for most of her childhood, my rich grandmother and great grandmother raised her. After they passed away, she came completely dependent on me. She needs gas, I fill her tank. She is short on insurance, I fork it over. There's also a kicker. I am a lesbian, and she knows that. She had no problem living in my home, eating my food, or taking my money. But upon finding out she voted for Trump, I did some digging. I saw the horrible, hateful things she was saying on social media about the community. I'm just saying community. I'm not saying all the letters. Don't take it offended if anybody see that. Um, to make matters worse, I discovered that she was in a group online on, we're gonna say YT because I don't, um she knows how strongly I feel about this. This led to what was our final chapter. I made us dinner and she sat down and I sat down with her. I explained to her that I had looked at her FB account and seen the things she was saying and posting. I told her that I could no longer support her and that her choice to support Trump has turned her into someone I don't want any part of. This enraged her beyond belief. She said what I did was an invasion of her privacy, and for that, I might be the asshole. I asked her to move out and told her I never want to speak to her again. Most of my family agrees with me, but one of my siblings think I'm being an asshole. My argument was it's my house, my internet, and technically my laptop that I just let her use it, and that I have a right to know if extremism is happening in my home. Do you think I am the asshole for cutting her off and snooping on her history?
No,
Hell no.
no,
Hell fuck no.
not shit.
Because okay, let's just take that part out of her what she stated. What if she was looking up incriminating shit on my fucking laptop? Like, no. No, you are not the asshole. You are not the asshole at all. And
No,
what makes me angry about that when I hear people say things like that. My thing is this. This is affecting people's real fucking lives. So it is getting to a point where if you are a part of this community, you damn near can't even fucking walk out your goddamn door. And it's not fucking fair. Like people are getting their healthcare is going to be taken away for gender equality. It's you can't even be your fucking self at all. It alters your fucking life. So when I hear people get upset, like I literally had a situation where I had to cut somebody off because they were laughing about Trump. They were laughing about him getting, talking about go Donnie, do it. This shit is not fucking funny. So yes, you are not the asshole for kicking her out. You are not the asshole for telling her everything that you told her. And you're not the asshole for sitting here protecting your peace because this is how you live. No matter if it's your sister or not. If that's how you really feel and I am your blood, then you don't need to be in my house anymore. Point blank period.
We have sister.
Well, that even worse, bitch. We barely share blood. Get out my house.
That's not even worse. What type of family do y'all? I'm sorry.
Get out my house.
You got to go.
They probably got the same daddy and different mamas.
Family am I? What kind of fucking family did I get into?
I thought we love all our siblings, but like half full, a third.
That's a fact.
All
That
right,
is a fucking fact.
I mean, I just got full
I've
siblings,
never
so I
fought
don't
any of
know
my
what
siblings
other-
half. Like,
I mean, I call all y'all family. We don't share not an ounce of
yeah,
blood.
and we don't share an ounce of blood.
No,
We don't share an
no,
ounce
that's-
of blood.
you know what, that's
I
even
don't
crazier.
even know y'all blood type.
You'll have people who are not even your blood that will support you no matter
negative.
what. And your own blood will sit here and judge you and make you feel like shit. So that just proves right there, like blood don't mean nothing. Family is what you make it, period.
I hear you. Y'all wanna go ahead and get y'all's off because I see pause. Pause.
No, I wouldn't even. I didn't think it during this time. I was just laughing because
I thought about it. I thought about it too late when it called me. That's why I had to like hold up, pause. No,
But
Dylan.
no, you go ahead. It seemed like you had you had some shit to get off your mind, I should say. So please continue.
All right, I guess don't bite the hand that feeds you. I guess I'll start by saying that statement first. I mean, growing up, we all grew up with our parents, or you grew up with a guardian, and there might have been some things that you may or may not that you didn't like about your parents, and their favorite line was, "Well, if you don't like it, you can get out, or you can go get your own spot, or go get So I mean, that instantly hit home when I heard the story. I mean. Having an opinion about, I think everyone has an opinion. Everyone has a right to their opinion. Fine, what do you do? But at the end of the day, we got someone that's physically supporting you, feeding you, financially taking care of you. You're almost like you're almost like a child at this point. Like I think the better conversation to have is when you're gonna grow up and get your own spot. it's cool to have your own opinions and everything like that. But like, now you're causing, like Heather just said, now you're causing. You're no longer making my sanctuary a peaceful place. So at the end of the day, like, you know, you can feel the way you want to feel, you can think the way you want to think, but at the end of the day, now that you're not bringing peace into my home, it's probably best that you go take your views and opinions somewhere else. Because at the end of the day, after a long working all these hours, I want to come home to peace, tranquility. I want to be able to relax, kick off my shoes, and the last thing I want to come home to is work all over again, especially if I work in a hostile workplace. So, if you don't like what's going on, if you have such a strong opinion about my lifestyle or the things that are important to me, I think it's probably best that you go somewhere where it's peaceful for you, because clearly it's not here because you have strong opinions about my lifestyle online, and I fall underneath that umbrella as well. I'm not excluded just because we're half sisters. That umbrella falls upon me as well. So that's all I gotta say. Y'all can chime in.
Exactly, like Ray Charles said, hit the road, yeah, and don't you come back no more. So that's basically.
What year was that?
No other words to say. What?
Nothing.
But basically, I mean, but you said it all. But you said it all. Like I said, because like you said, we all grew up with parents or guardians at the end of the day, and knowing the four of you, we all have strong minds and opinions at the end of the day. And I'm pretty sure growing up, we all may had heard some shit in our households that we didn't like or we didn't necessarily agree with or whatever, but we didn't necessarily just go blatantly and just say every single thing that we felt like, yeah, I don't necessarily think that you can just say, because, well, at least I didn't, because I know, my pops would blatantly slap the shit out of me, and I would be probably out in the cold somewhere, or he would have been like, oh yeah, you can pack all your shit and go somewhere. Mm-hmm. So a lot of my opinions and a lot of basically I was what they would say, you have to stay in the child's place. So that's what a lot of, and that's what I think that basically, especially today's generation, a lot of kids, they don't have to do that nowadays. They can just, they feel they can just blatantly say what they want to say. They can just talk to they can talk to an adult and speak what they feel and not reap any type of consequences or repercussions of anything they say, whether it is disrespectful or not. And if they do, it's more, and then it's like, oh yeah, and if they do get any type of repercussion, they feel like, oh yeah, I'm gonna call CPS, and then it's like, parents are scared of that shit nowadays, and I'm like, and now you think you about to call CPS on me because of a fucking because you voted for, because of my lifestyle at the end of the day. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna show you what it is. So, but stay in the child's place. I'm gonna pass it on right now.
But she technically ain't a child though, right?
No.
Okay, so it just, she still has a, she's grown but had a childish mind, because she ain't got her shit together.
Yeah, her mentality is
not. If I'm paying for everything, we're still a child. If I'm giving you gas and I'm giving you gas, you're using my internet, you're using my internet and my fucking laptop. Oh, you're a child.
She a child, but at the same time, maybe the other sister, maybe you got a little naive, a little dumb, a little played, all of those adjectives that are pronouns as well.
Okay, well, like I say, since you grown and you got grown opinion, you can take your grown ass outside and go and see what the real world is right now.
In other words, kick rocks.
Agreed. Period.
Exactly. You can go kick rocks.
and,
Oh, we
and
got some
honestly, honestly, the
Good
half
riddance.
honestly, the half sister brought it on herself. I mean, she went to social media and pretty much posted everything. Just because it says post what you feel doesn't necessarily mean post what you feel. Cause 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 history has shown like everything you post on social media comes back and bites you in the ass. And it came back and bit her in the ass. And now she's basically about to suffer the consequences of said actions. So bottom line, sorry about her damn luck.
I say
Yeah.
this: the problem with a lot of people nowadays is they run to social media for everything, and they post everything on there, and then they get this mentality of, why are you doing this and why are you doing that? Well, if you put it out there for the world to see, no matter how she found it, it was in the public eye. At the end of the day, if you don't respect the type of person that I am and you talking shit about me, what makes you think that if I found out or when I found out that that wasn't going to happen? You got to go pack your shit. Anything I brought, I'm keeping it. Take what you came in with, get the fuck out. My laptop that you was using, leave it there. You wouldn't even be able to get back in that motherfucker because guess what? The whole passcode, everything would be changed and it'd be locked the fuck up. You got to go. The internet, you couldn't even sit outside and be on it. Why? Because I can change the password on that. You got to go. You put yourself in that situation. First of all, you grown. I don't understand why you want somebody else to take care of you. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. Because at the end of the day, when I want something, I want to be able to pay and get what I want and not have to wait and depend on nobody. But you got the nerves to talk shit about a person who is basically paying for everything and then get upset because they cut you off and tell you got to get the fuck out. That one other sibling that agree with you, go stay with their ass because you can't stay with me and have them pay for all that shit because I'm done.
But you
Short
know what? You know what? I disagree with that part though. Put I will disagree. Like, don't be mad at me about my opinion, and then tell me go stay with that person because before the opinion, it was fine. You had no problem taking care of me, but now
No,
I
no, no,
have it.
I don't. But when you
So
sit up
it,
here
it
and
comes
vote
off.
for, you
It
vote
comes off
for.
this. It comes off disingenuous. Is what I'm trying to
No, no,
say.
no.
Like
What? No,
if
no.
I
Let me
if
explain
I
it
if,
better.
wait, let me just say this real quick.
Go ahead.
If I fuck with you, I fuck with you, regardless of what your opinion is or not. Now I
No, it's
understand
not even an
that
opinion.
there's levels to it. So at the end of the day, you clearly crossed that boundary of no comeback at this point. So we there. We you I can forgive you, but I'm never forgetting what you said. At the end of the day, like you said what you said, and there's no coming back from that. But I can't if I kept every time I gave a homeless person $1 or looked out for a friend, then I'm doing it for the wrong reasons. I'm not doing it for the right reasons at heart. So if I'm sitting here and say, hey, I supported my bro, or hey, I saw my boy was in need over here, and I'm giving out the kindness of my heart. Don't wait for an opinion to go south or me to have a different opinion because we all gonna have different opinions. Eventually, we all gonna fall out, or we're not gonna see eye to eye at some point. Don't wait for that moment to then chop my head off. But two, on the flip side of the coin, I go back to my original statement. Why would you bite the hand that feeds you, that provides for you? Like
And that's the point I'm making. That's why I said let me clear it up. What I'm saying
okay.
is this: you go onto social media, you don't even have the nerves or the balls to say how you feel to me about any of this stuff. I have to find out on social media. So at this point, you went to social media and told them all this shit about me and what you don't like. Yet I'm the person who does everything for you.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, you don't respect me. You don't appreciate the things I do for you. So let me show you what it is to have to do the shit on your own. Let
Got
me
it.
put you out and do that. Now, My one sibling who says I'm an asshole because I'm cutting you off, go stay with them and let them do that for you so they can see what it is that I go through and what all I got to do. And now you understand why I put you out. That's what
Right.
I mean when I say go stay with that other one,
I got
because
you.
it's
All
not
right.
even about that.
We
Yeah.
clear now. We good. I got you. We on the same page.
Yeah.
Let's go to the comments real quick.
All right, let's see. All right, Marcus says, I would have cut her off so fast. I think these white people. He says, what's the black rule? This
Yes.
is my house. You want privacy? Get your own shit, old raggedy heifer. So there you go.
That's facts.
Raggedy heifer has returned.
Zakia says, you can't snoop on your own devices. Exactly.
Whew,
And
that's a bar.
Marcus says, I bet she ugly. She needs to choose a struggle. How you ugly and broke? She was evicted when she voted for Trump. He also said, for sure, white. Jesus Christ. Zakia says, that's the beauty of having your own. You make the rules. Exactly. Marcus says she went to private school.
Time out, Marcus. Time out.
Like, you
Time
don't
out.
in on her. We don't even know that.
Time out, Marcus. You don't get off them people who wear polos and khakis. I'm a product of
But
private
everybody
school,
who wear
sir.
polo and khakis did not go. But everybody who wear polo and khakis didn't go to private school.
That too.
Because I went to
Some
Perry.
private schools didn't have uniform back in the day. We ain't gonna do the private. We ain't gonna do the private
We
school
wore that,
kids.
and that wasn't problem. But teachers on, keep pushing.
I'm sure she ain't got no ass. That's crazy.
Damn. Struggle on top of struggle on top of struggle.
I ain't got nothing to do with her
Ugly
body, bro.
broke,
I don't know who we
ugly
talking
broke
about.
and no ass.
We talk
That's
about
wild.
Amber
That's a triple whammy right there.
next story, Professor.
Am I the asshole for wanting to kick my 20-year-old son out because he voted for Trump? I, 45 female, have always prided myself on being an open-minded and a progressive person. My husband, 43 male, and I raised our son, 20 male, in a liberal household. And we always had open conversations about politics. We encouraged him to think critically, but to also respect the values of equality, justice, and compassion. This past election, my son came to me and told me that he voted for Trump. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. We've always been clear about our stance, and while I've never tried to force my views on him, I thought he understood why we oppose him, because his harmful rhetoric, his policies, his climate change, immigration, and women's rights. I tried to have a conversation with him about why I couldn't support a candidate like that, but he got defensive and said I was being too judgmental. I'm really struggling with this. I can't just pretend that everything is okay when he's supporting a man who stands for everything we've worked against. We've raised him to be better than this, and this feels like such a betrayal of everything I believe in. I've decided to tell him to move out because it's too hard to live under the same roof with someone whose values are fundamentally different from mine. I'm just so disappointed and hurt. I feel like he's making choices that go against everything we taught him, and I don't know how to deal with it. So, would I be the asshole for kicking him out for voting for Trump? Y'all faces for me.
Yes, you're the asshole for kicking around for voting
Yes,
for Trump.
I was about to say you would be the asshole for kicking the ball.
At the end of the day, I think we all have the right to vote for a reason. It's not a life and death of him putting you, on the electric chair, or it's not life and death as far as you leaving this country or not. Or maybe it is that. I don't know. It's not enough said in that letter to even say that. But nah. If he voted for Trump, he voted for Trump. I think that's the whole reason of having an election. Everyone has a rightful vote, and people can vote for what they want to vote for. Same thing on the local level, the state level, and the federal level. Like if he chose to vote for a different candidate for mayor or for governor, that's his right to vote. Now kicking him out the house because of his right to vote is crazy to me. I don't care what your beliefs are. I don't care what your your upbringing of him is. Like I feel like kicking him out for that reason, petty.
Yes, I mean, I agree with the. I mean, you're being petty at this point. I mean, yes, I can understand your disappointment in your. I understand your disappointment in him because yes, we all know what this man got on TV and has said and has blatantly told the country. And if your son was oblivious to the oblivious to see what this man has said, and if he was too oblivious to just see what he was talking about right in front of his face and just chose to ignore the signs and the uh and like I say, he chose to just ignore every single thing that this man had just stated right in front of his face, and he chose to vote for this man. Um, that's his fault as him being 20-year-old man, 20-year-old man. That's his fault. But you kicking him out over that situation, uh, I think that's being a little petty, but I can understand the reason why you are upset with him as a mother because of the way you feel you raised him. But I think it's a bit petty at the end of the day. But I can understand it at the end of the day because I didn't vote for him. So keep it pushing.
I'm like this. It's I can understand, the mother being, disappointed in the son for his opinion, but to kick him out over something so minuscule, it's
Sad.
insane.
I was really hoping Meek was gonna stand on that other side of the tracks. I was gonna be so happy, like, yes, Meek, put your foot down and say, yeah, throw his black ass out, and I stand on that shit with her. But you had to come stand next to us, man. I won't, you
No,
know,
no, 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 no,
I know,
because
Put
I
might,
get it.
excuse me, the professor still might do it. Heather
But
is like,
right is right and wrong is wrong. I mean, but at the
I
same time,
mean,
I mean,
I get it, but go ahead, get your thoughts out before you forget them.
yes. But go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
no, no, it's like you're basically telling your son, like you can't have an opinion if you're gonna kick him out over it. I mean, regardless of the fact it may be like a wrong opinion, he still has that right to voice it. I mean, true, you may be disappointed in him, but you could at least respect him enough that it is an honest. So to me, to me, giving him the boot because of that, yeah, you are definitely an asshole. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Hey, Meech, but before the next person go, your mic's been a little funky tonight. Sometimes it's in, sometimes it's out. So just
Yeah, sometimes it goes in and out a little bit. Go ahead.
little funky. Just let you know.
Oh,
Yeah, just you know.
I hope it don't glitch out anymore tonight. Mike will let me be great.
It's probably the rain, interfering with everything because it's coming down hard as shit over here. That's why I kept looking back the way I was.
Rain, rain, go away.
Nah, we need this rain right now. We definitely need this rain. Let it rain so it can clear it out.
True, I retract my previous statement.
Go ahead, Heather.
I think because it's her child, I think that's probably why we are looking at it a different way because it's kind of like, as a mother, I understand the disappointment, especially when you're looking at the broader picture, because the way that she's probably looking at it is like, okay, what if my son has a daughter? You're basically taking away your daughter's rights. You're taking away the future, pretty much you're affecting not only your future, but your children's future. So she's looking at it from the bigger picture, of course. But as it being your child, it should be a teachable moment because, hey, he probably felt like, okay, well, these are the, it kind of was one of those, okay, let me sit down and talk to you. What was your reasonings for voting for him? And if he runs it down, if you have information to give back to him in regards to, okay, this is the reason that this is not right, this is not right, or even exactly what's happening right now is a big example that what maybe I might be pushing it, but I would say about 60% of them voters who voted for Trump are regretting it now. They are completely
a lot more than that, but
probably
we'll
more
get
than that.
to that.
But they're truly regretting making that decision because everything that they felt like was propaganda and fake news, or he's not going to do that. Guess what? It's unfolding right before our very eyes. It is literally checking off things off of that Project 25. And I feel like for him, he probably had those reasonings, but then after seeing that, it's like, oh shit, I fucked up. It's a learning experience. This is your first time. This is probably his first time having an opportunity to vote. So now you understand the power.
I'm going to say that.
Keep going. Now you understand the power of what your vote can do. So you know that the next time we have a chance to actually make a change, you will do that. So I think she was a bit much throwing him out. I think this would have been more of a teaching moment than anything. Like now you understand this is what your vote does. Okay, that's how I feel about it. Go ahead, Aaron. Oh no, you already said something. You already said it.
Yes, her. I just came in on the tail end of your statement. That's all.
I say this. I agree with Heather because one, he's only 20, so this is definitely probably his first time voting. Two, we got to look at. There was a lot of things that Trump said that sounded good to people. This is the reason why they voted, and now he's not doing what he promised. So you got to look at, he probably heard some stuff that he agreed with and didn't agree with, and some of that stuff that he agreed with probably sounded good to him at the time. As a mother, you can only teach your children so much, and then you have to let them be able to learn. Kicking him out is not going to solve anything because at the end of the day, this man is still 47. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like
Who's 47?
Yeah.
the president.
Oh. He's 20.
I thought you meant you said 20.
I didn't catch on when I said 45, 47. Those are his two numbers.
No, I know what you meant when you said that. But anyway, go ahead.
He's still president at the end of the day. Like Heather said, this is a teachable moment. A lot of these people who voted for this man who thought that, okay, they heard some of this stuff, and I don't know what that is. I've never heard of it. And it sounded good to them. You voted, and guess what happened? All that shit that he said, prices going down and all this and that, bunch of BS. So at 20, who first time voting, who's still out here trying to understand the world, to kick this young man out would be wrong. You are definitely an asshole because you definitely need to have a conversation with him and ask him, do he understand the consequences of what he voted for? Do you understand what's going on in the world today with who he and other people voted for? But just kicking him out because you don't like his opinion is crazy. At a time when he's only 20 and he, like I said, more than likely it's his first time voting and probably don't understand everything. The boy's not even legal. He ain't even 21 yet. There ain't much he can really do.
Go ahead.
Okay, but my question is, would it have been better for them since because I heard you say in the story that they speak on this as a family on a normal. So wouldn't it have been better for them to have this conversation before they went out to vote as opposing to after the voting?
No. You're absolutely right. But I'm saying after she found out that he voted, that was another conversation to be had.
That's a fact.
I feel like y'all still kind of like still trying to like shifting his voting to be what y'all want it to be though.
No. You didn't hear
Because
what I said.
at the end of the day, I feel like
I would if it was my son.
I
at the
didn't.
end of the day, like
it was probably something that Trump said that he actually agreed with.
yeah,
So
but at the end of the day, like
that's what I said. So that wasn't trying to switch his vote.
at the end of the day, like if he really sat there and heard everything Trump had to say and everything that Kamala Harris had to say, and he went out and voted for Trump, that's who he voted for. At the end of the day,
That's what I said.
There's plenty of people out there who voted for Trump. There's plenty of people out there that voted for Kamala. There's plenty of people who voted for the. I'm sorry. Is it the Independent Party? Is that the right term?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
yes.
After having a conversation with someone that's over the age of 18, whether we have group conversations, family conversations, and we all walk away and say, "Hey, I'm sold on this person. Or I'm sold on that person." That's just who you sold on.
And that's what I said. I said he probably heard some stuff from Trump that he liked.
And maybe it's true, maybe it's not true. The man only been in office for what, 25 or 5 days at this point. So at the end of the day, like, I mean, I mean, again, I care less of who people voted for. I care less. The man's in office. The man's in office.
I'm with you, brother. I'm with you, my guy. You know
I mean, for the principle of conversation, I know where you're going, and it's fine. But right. I just feel like if I raise my kids correctly, one thing that I always want them to know, they do have a power of voice, power of opinion. They live in a country where they can speak their mind freely without the consequences of being punished behind your actions or behind your voice. So at the end of the day, a person's viewpoints from 20 years old versus a person's viewpoints that's 45 years old may be totally different as far as how they want the next 4 years to go in their life. And
but however, what I will say is as a parent, as a person who is older, I will say if you do vote for this person, this will happen this will be the consequence of what will happen if you do vote for this person and this person does get into office, minus what will happen if this person gets into office. So
and that's fine.
Vote for this.
We can still weigh pros and cons of each person. We can still weigh pros and cons of each person. But at the end of the day, when you go to that ballot and vote for who you vote for, that's who you vote for. And at the end of the day, I really have no say-so of who Gerald Williams or Jay voted for, Meek voted for, either B or the professor voted for. Like, we can have these group conversations, but at the end of the day, I have no control over who anyone votes for. And that's what the power of voting is in America right now. No matter how close we are, no matter how far we are apart, or no matter how family, friends, acquaintance, like, we all don't have to have the same views in life. And again, to throw your son out because he had a different viewpoint from you is crazy.
I think we all agree with that.
And also, it's just more of a thing
honestly,
where
that's small piece of it. But if I believe, go ahead, Heather. I'm sorry.
Let Heather be.
No, I was just gonna say it's just more of a thing that, like you said, with voting. Everyone has to understand that people are not going to agree with what you vote for, no matter what. But I think what also we have to agree on is what we're seeing, what we are physically seeing, is also something that we can't deny either. So at the end of the day, even if it was a situation where she didn't push her views on him anymore, you can see it for yourself of what's happening. So it's one of those things where it's like it doesn't even have to be said. It's right in front of your face. That type of situation. And that's for him to interpret the way he wants to interpret it.
That's it.
Right. But I also agree with what Heather said earlier. But I do agree with what Heather said earlier. If they had a daughter and he voted for Trump, the household would have been on fire as opposed to just the disappointment. It would have been a whole argument. And
why would it be an argument?
because now it's showing that, like I said, now the daughter has no rights in a sense, because like I said, now the right now like I said, now the whole abortion thing comes up now. The sexual acts come up, and all these other things come up into play now because of the things that this man is signing, and the whole other situation is coming up, as opposed to just as opposed to just lowering gas prices, I should say. And I'll just cut it right there, as a, you know what I mean, because like Professor said, oh yeah, we're gonna lower grocery bills. Oh yeah, that sounds wonderful. Oh yeah, but you're not looking at the deeper meaning that, oh yeah, now your sister can't go and do X, Y, and Z. Oh yeah, now your sister can be sexually harassed because of the sexual act in 65, because he done signed a bill yesterday because of X, Y, and Z, because of, blah 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 blah. Now the whole household is on fire because of this now. That's what I mean. But I'm gonna cut it right there because we gotta go to comments and blase blue.
Wait,
But
before we go to comment, can I say this? I love the
go ahead.
fact that we are having conversation and everybody is talking and nobody's talking over each other and everybody's getting their point out. I love that
Yeah,
for
most
us.
def, most def, most def.
He was a
All
good rapper
right.
too.
I'm gonna get to the comment. How ridiculous.
Oh,
Marcus says, "Yes, you are." He's talking about the. I guess he was talking about the
Is
mom.
she an asshole? Right.
Yeah.
hmm.
Uh, Payne is in the building. What's up?
What up,
He
Pay?
says, "Yes,
What up,
she ain't
sir?
shit."
Was good, my guy.
And he said the fuck word. He said, "What?" I have no idea what he's talking about.
Oh, Meech, when he said, what did you say, minuscule?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We need
Zakia
to learn
says
something.
she. Zakia says she needs to have a convo with her son about why he made that choice, because obviously what she thought she instilled in him, he doesn't agree with. That's facts. Manisha's in the building. She says, "Hello, everyone."
What
Hello.
up?
Happy New
Yo,
Year.
Marcus says, "I needed this damn ring 2 weeks ago. I'm so sorry."
Sorry about that, bro.
Yeah,
Man, prayers to you, my guy.
yeah,
definitely.
definitely,
Um,
man.
Marcus says, "I need more context because what if she asked him and he got buck and defended himself? Now, if you argue, I'm sorry. Now, if you argue your point and sounded dumb, but you got aggressive behind it, then get your monkey ass out." Like, you got a point. Anisha says, "Wanted wanted to pop in for a little." Okay,
Thank you.
Thank
thank you
you.
so much. Marcus says, "Well, this will happen when you let kids speak their mind and express themselves freely."
I mean, he's not a kid technically.
Yeah, I
He's,
can't
yeah,
really
he's not a kid, but 2021, yeah.
He says, "Now, if a fight didn't break out, these white people, wait, these white peoples, but if one did, then they minorities." Okay, so if a fight didn't break out, then these white people, but if one did, then they might. That nigga.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm gonna need you to get off. I need you to get off the white people tonight, Marcus. You know,
It's
Yeah,
the
we
fact
got
that
leave the clear folk alone.
it's the fact that she said
that's
white
no
people
better,
and
Jared.
turned around
Wait,
and said
hold on.
nigger right
Not
after
the
it.
clear
I,
folk.
I caught myself. I was like, "Oh shit."
Strong as hell.
Okay.
Nigga.
Clear folk out of it, but
Payne says you can't teach your kids independence, then tell them they can't have an independent mind when they get the growth.
That's a,
I agree.
True
that's a
statement.
bar.
mm,
Y'all ready for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
My
yep.
kids
Let's
won't
hear it.
come to Thanksgiving or Christmas. I have two daughters that are both in college. We have a family group chat with my parents, all of my siblings, and all the grandchildren. My parents and siblings are all Trump voters and supporters and are not shy about it. Most family gatherings will devolve into arguing between them and myself. I grew up in the shit show. My kids did not. After the election, my kids silently left the group chat. My mother and sister are trying to plan Thanksgiving through the chat. When my mother noticed my daughters left, she called to ask me why. I told her they are grown adults and she needs to ask them. So she did. One of my daughters is a lesbian. When my mother asked the two girls, they told my mom that they would no longer be attending any family functions, including Christmas and Thanksgiving. This created a shit show on an epic scale in the family chat. My mother tried to explain to my kids that their vote had nothing to do with them. My oldest explained that they exposed their character and they were raised to not engage with people that condone rape, lying, and cheating. She told my mother that your votes will directly impact our lives in a negative way, and you guys did not care. You chose a politician words over your grandkids. There were more, and I'm paraphrasing. My parents and siblings are furious. I think it's important to say that I pay for both of my kids' college, their health insurance, car insurance, food, and gas. I pay for airfare when they come home. They don't work. My deal with them was if they went to school and got good grades, I would pay if I could. My mother wants me to cut them off until they come to Thanksgiving and Christmas. I said no. I have my kids back and they are adults. I will not force them to make a choice they don't want to make. My siblings are saying I am an asshole and I'm driving a wedge between the family. I never thought I'd be this insane in this insane situation, but here we are. Am I the asshole for not making them come to Thanksgiving and Christmas?
No, no, not at all. You are
No,
not. You are not the asshole. Your kids kept their end of the bargain. They doing good. They doing good in school.
And like we gotta stop that. We gotta stop putting caveats on the table. If you do this, I will do that. We gotta stop. Listen, if I'm gonna pay for your tuition, your education, your travel, your car, I'm doing it because I want to do it, not because of any political view or anything that I require in return from you besides getting good grades. Like, stop saying that I'm gonna take this away from you based off a political view. Like, if that's the
Wait,
case,
wait, 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 hold on. But it's not the
Exactly.
dad saying it. It's not the dad saying it. The dad is
no, no,
saying
no.
he's not.
I was
Okay.
just saying. I was just saying that in general. Like,
Oh, okay. I was making sure.
I was.
Okay.
Like, this is now the second story that I've heard where it's like we're taking something away from somebody because of a political view. And I'm not liking that, especially if no matter what race you are, as Marcus like to say, whether it's the white people, the black people, the brown people, it doesn't matter. Like, stop holding like little carrots over the horse's mouth and saying, yeah, you'll run this race and win first place if you can keep on chasing this carrot. Like, no, that's not how life is supposed to be lived. Like, we must stop these type of toxic relationships because at the end of the day, it's toxic. So at the end of the day, no, you're not wrong. Let them kids have their own views on how they feel, and if they don't want, you can't force no. Like, why would you want to force someone to come to Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner knowing damn well they don't want to be there? It's just
Right.
it's going to be just as bad as going to Jerry Springer when you find out your husband cheated on you when you find out Faye fucked the family. So come on, like let's just cut it out.
Faith,
Like,
fuck the-
you knew that.
So can we stop with forcing people's children to have relationships or be places that they don't want to be or they don't feel comfortable with? Like, I'm really, really, that's starting to get on my nerves. Like, not even just if it's based on a political view, just period. Respect the kids and how they feel sometimes in a situation. Like, even if they weren't old, even if they're like kids are they're older, if they don't want to be there, they don't want to be there. And it shouldn't, it's always always the parent that has to sit here and, well, you need to force them. I don't have to have them do shit. If they are not comfortable, they are not comfortable, period. Like, that's why a lot of other situations happen. I'm not going to go too deep into that because we're not talking about that, but that shit really, really needs to stop. Like, I've never agreed with that.
Yeah, well, like I said, to me, the kids are actually the adults in this situation. The kids are actually the adults in this situation. They saw the bigger picture. They saw, and they. Mm, I'm really trying to use my words carefully here. Uh, they basically told them what they felt, and because like I said, had it been my family, it would have been a whole bunch of bitches, hoes, and all this other little type of shit. and they use their words. They were really respectful in the situations, and so they said they ain't. So they basically was like, no, we're not coming to Thanksgiving dinner because, like I said, y'all don't give a fuck about what we got going on over here because y'all saw what this man blatant, like I said before in the last story, what this man blatantly said, and y'all don't care about what he can do to us and the way he can change the world for our community, and you guys want him to basically force y'all basically want y'all basically want him to force the world to change, and in a sense, so now y'all want the world to be forced to change. So, and now with that being said, since he done won, now y'all want the world to change force police. So now y'all want us to come to Thanksgiving dinner, and we're not doing that. So now, since that didn't happen, now y'all want everything to be cut off, and the dad is like, no, they got A's and B's. They I'm not cutting their shit off. So why would I do that? And he's like, they got A's and B's. They ain't got C's and D's. So get over it, ma. And he's like, so well, well, Stanley, I don't like this. And he's just, well, ma, you're gonna have to get over it. I'll be there at Thanksgiving dinner. So end of discussion.
Anybody else?
I'm just gonna say this. One, they are adults. You're not gonna force me to make my children come to anything that they don't want to come to. And you're not gonna tell me that I'm gonna stop taking care of my kids because they don't want to be in the presence of people who pretty much voted against their lifestyles or anything that directly affects them. They're saying this, you have your choice and you have your opinion, and I'm going to let you keep that. I'm not going to go back and forth with you, but my choice is to remove myself from a situation that I no longer want to be around. At the end of the day, it is what it is, and I'm going to always back my kids regardless. And if y'all feel like that's an issue and y'all don't want to fuck with me either, that's fine. But just know they was respectful enough to remove themselves from a situation and not go off and just say, my beliefs does not align with y'all's, and I just choose not to be around that, and leave it at that. Plain and simple. I'm not forcing my kids to do nothing, and no, you're not the asshole. Short and to the
My,
point.
my auntie was a Jehovah's Witness, and she made sure not to come around for holidays because she knew she couldn't believe in those type of holidays based on her religion choices. So at the end of the day, like I'm not trying to make a joke or nothing, but at the end of the day, it kind of falls underneath that same umbrella. I see you when I see you. Like it's not no Happy Holidays or Merry Christmas, auntie. It's just like, hey, like I know you don't do the holidays because of religion choices. So at the end of the
Jack
day,
for all Jehovah Witnesses, and they made Christmas music, but they didn't celebrate it. I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna speak on them or what their beliefs are, what they practice,
No, no,
but
no. I was going into like what you said. Basically, they had a job to do. Their job was to make music. So they sung Christmas music, but they were Jehovah Witnesses. They didn't, practice celebrate Christmas and stuff like that. But that was
I
their,
mean, yeah, I'm not knocking on anyone's religion or lifestyle choices. Like, if they don't do it, they don't do it. I'm not gonna force someone to do anything that is outside of what they believe or their lifestyle. So that's just that. That's all. That's it. That's all on that. Ah, tongue tied.
Everybody all good?
Yeah, let's go to the comments.
Me said,
Right.
Did you
But
say
you,
anything?
No, oh no, oh no, because I was gonna say, like, at the end of the day,
the day got in.
she,
that's true.
That fucked me
uh,
up. My bad.
it did. But I was gonna say, at the end of the day, she just plain and simple, she protected her and her kids' peace at the end of the day by taking her out of said situations. Like, think about it, if they would have just if they were to stick around. I mean, it would have been even more tense. it would have been more animosity. And she made the conscious decision to not want that. So at the end of it all, no, she is not the asshole because nowadays your peace is more vital than you realize.
Can I say one more thing though?
Go ahead.
On the flip side, tomorrow ain't promised. You know, you don't know when the next time you're gonna be able to see grandma, or you're not gonna know the next time you might be able to see family members. Um, Sometimes don't be afraid to put your pride aside to be able to come around family and hug them and love on them because you know people die every day. Um, and you know I'll just say that you know again tomorrow ain't promised. So if we all can't come to dinner and just love on each other and have a good time like we used to do in the old days when Big Mama was living, and leave all your political bullshit or all your family life is short, and
It is
I
definitely
just
true. But I think because Dad said he grew up in that shit show, and that they are Trump supporters to the fact where it is evident and it's always talked about and stuff in the house. I
I
don't
get
think
it.
you want to be around that so much. After a while, it's just kind of like if they could take that away and
and,
keep it
and
on
that's
the family tree,
and
that's
that's what I'm
different.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Back in the day, growing up, we didn't have. When I went to Big Mama house, we didn't have political conversations. We talked about what's going on in the hood.
Very true, very true. But you know, Big Mama used to say shit about uncle or auntie that she shouldn't have said. That like during the prayer and stuff like that. Like, oh yeah, like. She be saying the prayer like, oh yeah, I just want to pray for my uncle, for my son Vernon, that he's quit having sex with everybody around the neighborhood and stay at home with his wife
Shut up.
Bernice. You
Shut
be
up.
And
like,
it
you
and
just
it
want to.
worked too. Guess what? Vernon eventually got his act together. So Big
He
Mama
never
Grandma
did.
prayers was actually
He
working.
never did. He never did, and he didn't. But he was. But like I say, now the whole family. He done shamed the whole fam. She done shamed the whole family doing the prayer, and now just come on, man.
Guess what? It taught you character. It gave you thick skin. And guess what? Now when you say your prayers, Mr. Williams,
That you
you
outside. That Uncle Vernon outside smoking a cigarette, wishing he could slap the fuck out of Big Mama because she done shamed the
no,
whole.
he know better. He don't get jumped by the whole family. We wish he would put some hands on Grandma, Big Mama. It'd be the end of his life.
Let me tell you something. Big Mama and Big Daddy, I missed him.
But back to my point on a serious note, like again, like I'm what you put. If we can put this all the extra drama to the side and come together as a family, like we used to do back in the old days, and just love on each other, and just be family. Like forget all the extras. Like we're not here. We're here to, because we don't see each other all the time. We life be lifing. People be working. People, got children. People got multiple jobs. It's hard out here. And at the end of the day, if you ain't got family, who do you really got? I don't know. I know people really don't have family, so people rely on people outside of their family, who they call family, to lean on and say, get the words out or get the affirmations in return. So I feel like sometimes, if it is possible, if it can be peaceful, everybody can put their pride to the side or their political views to the side, then even if you got to be there for 20, 30 minutes and just to say hi and bye, pack a plate, hug on your folks, tell your folks you love them, then just do it. Last thing I want is to see or hear a story that, grandma checked out day after Thanksgiving and I didn't get a chance to say my final goodbye. Because again, life isn't promised tomorrow.
But unfortunately, it's easier said than done.
Agreed.
That's
I was
And
the
you
saying,
sad
got
part.
Because
you
like
got
I say, if I'm gonna be the butt of everybody's jokes when I walk through that door because of my lifestyle, if
Don't
I'm
say
gonna
that, Jay.
Shut up, Aaron.
what?
Oh,
good lord.
that's all
God
I'm
damn it.
saying. But continue. We on to the comments. Let's go.
Wait. I just want to get this out, honestly, before we go to the comments. I understand what you're saying, Aaron, and I understand that entirely just because of personal things that are happening. But I will say, based on those same personal things, you can try so much to continue to have that connection with your family because they are family, and you always, it almost becomes sort of kind of like a guilt thing that you hold on to, is just in, what if something happens, what if something happens. But then you also have to think about how much more does it mean. Like it's a balance between your peace and your well-being and wanting to still have family and still be close. Everybody, if you're in a situation where you're dealing with family that's just hard to deal with, it is very hard to try to figure out what that balance is, because if you go too much into it, then you're putting yourself in danger. If you don't come around, then like you said, you're leaving that space open for something to happen, and then you have regrets. So it's real hard. It's a gray area to navigate, really.
I understand.
And I'll add on by saying, like, people have to be receptive and open to do so. I mean, it can't just be one person meeting in the middle and the other person is not willing to meet them halfway. So basically, both sides of the spectrum have to be open in order to like have that family bond after a big fallout,
Or at
because
least the dialogue.
I mean, and we're all guilty of this at the end of the day, whether it was a friendship, whether it was a family situation, whether it's just people you might know from around the way. Like we're all guilty of not like humbling ourselves and be like, you know what, let's have a mature conversation. And and whether you did it, whether you did your part or not, y'all still can come to a agreement and you walked away from the situation. I still feel like we're all guilty of once doing these type of or having these type of behaviors, So I get it. At the end of the day, I totally understand what everyone's point. I was just kind of turning the tables around and showing you guys the other side of the coin, which is, y'all know what my original response was. We all stand 10 toes down on the same response as far as let them kids be them kids, and well, let them adults be them adults in college. But at the end of the day, I would say, if possible, if it doesn't compromise your peace, call up grandma and tell grandma you love her. Go by grandma's house and give her a hug and say, hey, I know we don't always see eye to eye, but grandma, I love you. And again, that's if it doesn't compromise your peace. So I'm not saying this is. I'm not saying, and like the professor said earlier, easier said than done. Totally understand. And we, if anybody else got anything else to say, we can get it off, or we can go.
We're good now.
If all I got to say
To
is,
the comments, please.
Be
Be quiet, Jay. Go to the comments, Henry.
If
All
you're
right,
you're 8 toes down. That's all I got to say. Go ahead.
Marcus says, I agree with the kids and fuck them for trying to make them come. These for sure white people. Them kids done been around black people and got food with seasoning and choose not to be around unseasoned Proud Boy holiday food. They don't even like raisins.
Leave the whites alone.
You don't say fucking the family. Is this family? Oh,
leave the less melanins alone.
Okay.
We got to put this on several platforms, Marcus, where they are going to be watching this. Leave them alone.
Less melanins are going to be watching this.
People, then a hard nigga at the end. So
yeah, that was my.
You can't say that word.
Yeah. I'm just letting y'all see it. That's it. I'm not even going to read it.
A little NASCAR.
It's all the same concept, Marcus. We get it.
I'm sorry, you said a NASCAR fan.
There are black people who watch and drive NASCAR as well, sir.
Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
Okay, let's get back to the comments because it's actually a few. Zakia says, if the family voted for Trump, then that means they agree with him and are against the view of the kids they want at holidays. Why would you think they would be comfortable breaking bread with them? You're against them. Exactly. Mark says, them kids been looking for a reason to leave that family. Them kids at a black table with 2 plates. That's an ugly name.
They said ugly family.
Ugly family. I don't know why I say name. Sorry.
Leave.
Kane says,
Go
Facts
ahead.
too, A. He agreed with you.
What you
Marcus
said?
says, Grandma know them kids are getting black. Ah, okay. Mama Cookie is in the building. What's up, Mama Cookie? How you doing?
Hey, Mama
Happy New Year.
No.
Happy belated
Happy
birthday.
New Year.
Yes, happy belated
Yes.
birthday. We hope that you
Happy
enjoyed
belated
your
birthday.
birthday
I
and
am
Happy
sorry I
Christmas.
did
belated.
not tell you that. I am so sorry.
She
That's
says,
crazy
hello, my
because it's
loves.
literally a month later.
I
Yeah.
know that.
Oh shit, it is literally.
Literally.
She says, hello, my loves. Just dropped in to say hello and welcome back. Thank you.
You got the baby, y'all.
Oh. Payne is laughing his ass off. He also says, I
Comment
would
that
It's
propose
too
a
funny.
compromise.
Aaron made earlier when you
Okay.
told him not to say that.
Oh shit. Uh, he said, I will. He said, I will propose a compromise. You don't have to stay the whole time, but if you're sure, at least come say hello, and then maybe go with the younger crowd or whatever. That that you want to do, but don't disappear forever and never show up to any family function type of situation. Okay, and yeah, and then he says should at least. Eli is in the building. What's up, Eli?
What up?
Happy
Eli.
New Year, my guy.
He says, "Be okay being the villain in any story. You're gonna be a villain to someone for something. Might as well be the villain to protect your peace. A villain was a hero before. Remember." Hmm.
Well
Okay.
said.
Deep
Um,
level.
Hey,
I don't want to say.
TT. Taria.
There we
What
go.
up, T?
Taria's in the building. I just want to make sure I said it right. She said, "Hey y'all," and Marcus says, "Y'all know I'm not lying. We know you're not, but just say
Yeah,
it."
but it's just on
It's
different
just the pure
platforms.
insanity, though.
It's just
Why
on
y'all
different
y'all
platforms.
really
We're not
agreeing
trying
with
to
this
get
man
canceled this
on
year. That's
camera,
all.
knowing we gotta post this on YouTube? Never.
Yeah, and the other
I'm just
places.
saying it's
I
pure
didn't say
insanity.
nothing.
I just,
Thank you,
But
Professor.
anyway,
I didn't say nothing.
to the next story, Professor.
Am I the asshole? I'm calling off my engagement after my partner revealed he's MACA. My fiance and I have been together since 2013. When we met in college, he struggled to get a well paying job, and during his long bouts of unemployment, much have been radicalized to blame everyone else. I chalked it up to depression and tried to get him help with therapy. I paid for him to return to school to become a nurse too, but he still has not completed the prereqs after 7 years. He currently works gig jobs while I am a nurse in California, making close to 400K a year, working a full time and part time job. I was hoping to save up enough to not have to work after having a baby since I cannot rely on him. We were planning to get married next year and wanted to try for a baby. He knows I am very liberal and all about women's rights. He never openly expressed support for MAGA itself until after Trump won and said Trump will help the economy and finally allow him to get a good job. I told him that it was the easiest time to get a job in the past 20 years in 2021, yet he couldn't. I am not giving into sunken cost and staying, and he didn't know. I don't know why she wrote that, but that don't make no sense. But he didn't make offhand comments before on women losing their worth the older they get, and I questioned him, and he said it was a joke. The past week has been miserable listening to him talk nonstop on how great Trump is and how he will turn everything great again. I had it and gave him notice to leave by the end of the month, and we are through. He said it is unfair and told me it's stupid to give up on us over just politics. The fact that he said that solidified the notion that he is so clueless and our values are too different. He will likely have to move back into his parents' home or be homeless since he makes less than 35K a year in the most expensive region in the USA. Am I the asshole for throwing away my relationship of 11 years over politics? I wish politics was boring again. Edit. Last night he threatened to end himself with the gravity of the situation hit him. His mother is babysitting him at her house to avoid a 5150 while I work. His father is packing up his belongings and will move them out of my house by the end of the week. It is over. I am letting him be MAGA. I cannot support someone who supports a that R word because I don't want to
who's
say it and the P word, a felon, etc., who wants to take away my rights. He knows I am a SA victim. Majority of our friends are cutting ties with him after they learned of the reasons of the breakup. Luckily, his parents are extremely left even by my standards, so they may get a better balance on news instead of the just conservative forums he frequents. People grow apart, and we grew apart. One can break up for any reason or no reason at all. I simply asked if I was the asshole to do it, not if it was right or wrong. Men are justified for breaking up with women if she gets fat, but if the woman breaks up over moral differences, it's wrong. I'm just reading what it says.
Okay, you're not the asshole for that. You're the asshole for not ignoring other red flags.
Thank you,
That
Heather.
Well
wasn't
said.
one.
Well said.
Thank you, Heather B.
There was so many other things of why you should have walked away a long time ago, girl.
Politics is the least of the issues at this point. The least.
That should
of
have been
the
the least of your worries.
Listen, like I
not
literally,
with
you can literally count the red flags as they came out one by one. You can literally count the red
Bruh.
flag.
That's
Literally.
why I picked this particular story from Reddit, because I wanted y'all input on it.
Like, let's forget MAGA. Let's forget the election. Let's forget the candidates. Come on.
Man,
You carried this man all this time. You was gonna marry this man all this time. You allowed this man. Wait,
7 years.
how did he even? How did
Like,
he even?
I'm like,
How
are
did
you
he
gonna
even afford to buy a wedding ring?
I'm like,
Like, how did
first of all, sweetheart, well, nothing. I'm not gonna say you capping. Okay, yes, I am. You capping because you ain't making 400,000. You ain't making 400,000.
she making more than what he
If
making?
she's a
You
nurse,
you making good money. I'm gonna say that.
no.
But
Let me tell you why. Right now, if she's a nurse and she's working a full-time and a part-time job, and depending on where she's working, because if you are a travel nurse,
She didn't say she was traveling though.
no, I'm saying I'm
Well,
saying as a nurse, I'm saying nurses can make. She says right now I'm working in California, but if you're a travel nurse or if they send you somewhere, it's possible you can make that amount.
She's
all I'm
not
saying.
making. She's not making that amount. It's
Even
possible.
if you would-
It's possible
It
she
could be a
could.
possibility.
It's
now,
possible
like
she
I
could.
said, like I
Not
said,
once.
six
Not
Not
figures,
once
six
did she say
figures,
she
I
was
believe that.
traveling. She'd been babysitting her fiance all this time before he thought that it's time to jump off the roof. And now his mama is babysitting him.
Even if she wasn't making that full amount,
But
it
like I
does
said,
not take
six
away
figures,
from the
I give you
big
that.
ass red
6 figures, I give you
flags.
that. But bottom line
It
is,
don't take away from that shit.
you've been. Bottom line is, this man has been. I was about to say the N word because I don't know what he is. But anyway, this man has been unemployed for 7 years. 7 years, and you say that 47. It is 47, right? Professor?
Mhm.
45, 47.
47.
Mhm.
Okay, 45, 47. Dun, 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 dun. It's gonna bring you it's gonna bring you a job. I Y'all go ahead, bro.
It's just
No one can bring you a job. I'm sorry. You can go get a job. You can go apply for
It's gonna bring you a
No,
job, like
no.
bro, like
You know
can
what's
sit-
wrong?
How he
can
gonna
sit
give you a job when you ain't had a job in 7 years, which means that when he was in office, you still didn't have a fucking job.
you was
No,
never
bro,
on
like,
the
makes
bro,
sense.
You never had
like,
the-
bro, like,
Unless
That's the killer
you-
part.
unless your name is Elon Musk,
Bro,
you
sit there
wasn't
playing-
gonna get no job.
Bro, you sit there playing PlayStation 3 and job is just gonna knock on your door and just
Your life is passing you by. Get off the couch.
yes, like like I mean ICDC, college, ICDC, college. I mean, you could have did that. Like you could have did all that, bro. I mean, I know all them commercials is just watching you on TV right now. I mean, crazy shit is none of them judge shows is on no more. So I know you at home bored. Like so it's but y'all go ahead, bro. It's just
That's a lot to break down this letter. At the end of the day, I think we all
Break it down. Break it
We-
down
we-
like a
we-
fraction. Go ahead, Aaron.
No, I think we tackled the biggest issues in this letter at this point, which is there's first of all the lady let all these red flags pass her by as if it was Saquon Barkley running for the touchdown record this current season. Like you didn't see this man like hurling backwards defenders, or you didn't see this man do 250 yards. Like, come on, like please, what was your intent as that first, lady? Like, I really gotta really say that to you first, and that's all we got on you. Like, I don't even think it's not even worth even talk about the political views at the end of the day. Well, let's do talk about. It's really hard for a marriage to work when people see different views politically and religiously. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible because I know people make it work, but in the same household, it's really hard, very hard for a marriage to work when people see political views and religious views differently. So
differently, like
my thing is, this is the second term. How did this all get past the first term? Like, you knew how he felt then. Like, I don't think he woke up one morning and said, "I'm gonna be a MAGA supporter." I think he was a MAGA supporter the first go around.
Yeah. So what happened with the job that time? What happened with the job that term?
Yeah, but she's saying that he never expressed of being a MAGA supporter to
whether he never expressed it or not. It's really hard for someone not to express. It's almost like Catholics and Muslims. Like we all don't see eye to eye on everything.
The same shit.
Like
exactly. So it's just like
he didn't have a job when Trump was in office the first time.
I mean, again, we can always put the figure at him not having ambition, not getting off his butt, not getting the job, but she allowed it too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's why I said she the asshole for not doing
it. So at the end of the day, like
she the asshole for ignoring the red flags, but she's not the asshole for putting them out. So.
Mm-hmm.
She just got tired of supporting him. That's all it was. That's all she had to say. She really got tired of supporting him.
Yeah, and
I guess you got tired of supporting him when you realize the man that you was supposed to marry.
I guess Magma was just the cherry on top. I guess.
Yeah.
What broke the camel's back, basically. But my thing is this:
that was a big ass straw.
I don't think it broke the camel's back. I think it broke the camel's back as far as him losing his sanity at the end of the day. But I just think that
I was gonna say she pretty much got out of that. It's a good thing. It's not a good thing that she had to go through all that, but seeing how he acted with the possible of unaliving himself, yeah.
But the unaliving was to get her attention to say, that I'm going to do this. That's pretty much what
it was like she was literally going to do that.
Look, you about to unalive yourself because you know the gravy train is about to stop, bro. That's the reason why you about to unalive yourself, because you know that the PlayStation 3 is about to go with you and your parents.
PlayStation 3.
Yeah,
I said the same thing earlier. 3.
Damn, you going ancient?
She ain't making no 40K. You still got a 3 at home.
You know, you playing on that 32-inch, and you just man.
She probably felt like it was only worth for 3 because he don't work.
You might as well say he still got a big back TV.
She paid for everything. He got the new PS5. He got the big ass TV.
I doubt it.
The 75 inch.
$400K. Remember?
He
got it.
Alleged.
He got it.
Alleged.
I doubt it.
But okay, let's just say, okay, she probably do, but okay.
I'm just saying.
On to the comments, man, because there's some bullshit.
I can't wait to see what the comments have to say about this.
They both need help at the end of the day. They both need help.
They need something.
They need a 5-episode arc of Fix My Life.
Don't do that, Meech. We had enough of Risa Tisa and everybody else, and now Keita Rose and tonight's conversation. God. We have enough of these multi-part series, Who I Marry or What Happened We have enough. Just tell one story.
We'll get another
blind. Love is
50
blind and
episodes.
locked up.
No.
Love and whatever the name of that stupid
Oh,
shit.
please don't bring those names.
Jay,
Please.
don't
Gerald,
ever do
yeah.
that again. Don't ever do that shit.
That's my Bill Cosby shit.
All right, y'all ready for the comments?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Marcus says YouTube know they white people. Shit, white people like.
Why
hey,
are you reading this?
sounds like my house.
Why'd you read that?
Why?
Payne says super cat.
400,000.
Oh, honey.
Marcus says, "Oh, this might be a black couple." And then he also says, "Oh, he for sure black." And Payne said, "The fuck, bruh, bad story. She lying. How ridiculous." Marcus says he sounds like a Sag.
Ooh.
Payne says, "Say it
We all
again."
know some Sagittarius in our lives, don't we?
Hmm.
He said, "This fool that
no
play
few.
video games with headphones on,
particular.
yelling at a teenager." He said he an Uber driver. Okay, so you just oh
You
my
got
god,
scenarios
they
in
just
this
going
one.
in on him. He says
Right.
we all know why she didn't see them red flags. He got that swipe.
He black. He black, Marcus.
Oh, he's black now, huh? Showing up black now.
He black.
All right, I joined the train, Marcus. He black.
COD and lay pipe. Payne says, "Boy, stroke game is God level. His job is blowing her."
Oh, bro. I'm gonna play. God,
All right,
Lord.
time out, y'all. Cause damn, no, this is going too far.
Let him go.
Sometimes.
Okay, let me just because
It ain't nothing wrong with sucking toes as long as her feet done.
Okay.
I'm just saying. You could have read the other one. That one went bad before Taria's.
huh? Oh,
You
this
could have
was
read the
bad.
other
Okay.
one. That wasn't bad.
Marcus says his dad moving him out with pure disappointment. He up there apologizing for her being a failure as a father. Oh, Jesus Christ. Teresa says, "What Mary say? I was your lover and your secretary, working every day."
No, it's secretary.
Shut
That's
up.
why I said 11 fucking years.
The secretary. Not she didn't.
She couldn't get in the ARY, man.
Zakia says politics gave her the perfect excuse to leave him without looking stupid in her family and friends' eyes. She's the asshole.
I mean,
Damn.
politics really didn't. I mean,
Politics ain't got jack shit to do with
Politics
it.
gave her an extra way out instead of
Like
her
I said,
just.
the door was already open. Politics gave her the ability to like
I'm
go
about to
ahead
say,
and pull cops.
push out the door.
Hey,
I'm
look,
sorry,
the cake was baked, water, and the cherry just needed to be put on top at that point. That was it.
I'm sorry, this wasn't that bad. I wanted to read this one. He done threw his controller before at the TV. Jeez.
Gamer rage.
Hey, maybe she deleted his character on 2K. Go ahead, next.
I don't think blacks throw
Again, gamer
controllers
rage.
to TV. I don't know. I've seen that with other races, but I don't think blacks throw their controller at the TV.
The fuck they
Gerald,
don't.
oh, I guess Gerald do. Okay, never mind.
No, I don't throw my.
Nah, I've seen dudes tear the TV off.
Nah, I don't throw my. You know how much the fucking controllers cost? You crazy?
Well, hey, I was trying to defend our black brothers and say we don't think.
I don't throw shit.
How much is a PS3 controller?
I can control my anger.
I don't think you can buy a PS3 controller except for on eBay at this point.
You can buy them.
Is GameStop still around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barely.
Then
I-
Barely.
They sell
You can find them. You can find them. They may be refurbished, but you can find them.
You find them at someone's yard sale for sure.
Yeah, you can go to Guardian Swap Meet and get them for $6-7 now.
You haven't been to Gardena Swap Meet forever, bro. Shut up.
Gerald, you finna be on timeout.
This is
You
the
about to
first show
go
of
to
the
the
year.
corner.
First show of the year already
You about
going
to go to the corner.
already, bro.
Hell.
What do you mean
First one in
already?
the corner in the
The
year.
show almost done. He barely went to the corner. It's the
I mean,
first
we didn't put him there yet. We just saying like he on the ropes
He
at
about
this
to
point.
go. He about to go in about 5
But hey, that means he actually doing good because usually he's in the corner in like the first 45 minutes.
I ain't really been talking, but yeah, but continue.
Oh, you've been talking. Now, did it make sense? I don't know. Let's move on. Did
I
I
don't know what's
betray my immigrant parents voting for Trump?
Jesus.
Hey, my favorite. Go ahead. My favorite
You
subject:
done?
Go ahead,
immigrants.
put.
I'm a first generation American whose parents were once illegal immigrants. They've long since obtained citizenship. I voted for Trump in a non swing Democratic state. So my vote was solely to express my belief, which was that Donald Trump would be a strong leader in a seemingly increasingly dis- divisive and hostile world. Alongside that he would be proactive in comparison to Kamala, who unfortunately has a rep for not taking much action alongside the Biden administration. Apart from this, I also believe she wasn't ready for the role given what I've seen from interviews, and she was thrust into a campaign 90 days prior to the election. Unfortunately, knowing very well of Trump's character, but regardless, deciding he would be the best choice as a president. Political views aside, as I know there are many angles to further debate and evaluate, I've recently read an article on of how doing so under my circumstances would be considered as so, and I'm feeling heavily guilty. Regardless, I want to know the consensus.
Did y'all get all that, or was it just me?
I did not. I really didn't. Like,
I think it messed up. You want me to reread
yeah,
it?
like the internet
Your
Read it
was
again, right
Wi-Fi
quick.
was a little.
Yeah, kind
the
of cut
internet was
out.
kind of
Wi-Fi
jumping
was
a
a little
little bit.
Yeah,
choppy.
because it's fucking up now. I know. I just seen it. Is it working now? Is it working better?
Yeah, go ahead. Try to
Yeah,
reread it a little. I
Okay.
guess it's not on our end.
I'll
yeah,
read
it's
it
kind of
again.
switching a little
I'm
bit.
a first generation American whose parents were once. Hold on. Heather, I'm gonna send you this. Read it.
Okay.
Well,
Hold on.
while she's sending it,
Is it working?
immigrants. Sorry for the dead air, you guys.
Now we good. I'm just gonna get the story and then I'll read it on my side.
Y'all can still talk.
Well,
Wait, are you back?
immigration,
Is it better now? No.
immigration is my favorite
Act like
subject.
y'all can't talk.
Immigration is my favorite subject. I just signed the petition for the blacks to build the wall.
Before I say what I want to say, I'm jumping the gun because I didn't hear the whole
Can
story. But
everybody talk except for Gerald, please?
What?
I
Wait,
can't.
beg your pardon?
she's a little delayed. But before I'm gonna jump the gun and say this real
No,
quick.
I grab by the punani as well. What do you say?
Gerald,
Shut up, bro.
Bro,
Shut up.
dude,
serious
you
moment.
need help.
Okay,
You, you need help, bro.
shutting up.
Okay.
Don't
Fix
get
your
mad at
mouth.
me.
Fix your
Go
mouth.
to the corner.
Yep. Now you in the corner.
First one in the corner. And this year.
Right in the corner.
Oh, jeez, the Kerner.
Heather, I sent it.
Okay.
Is JD,
Y'all ready?
is
Go
JD
ahead.
Vance over there as well?
Don't your name start with J?
Oh, yeah, it does.
Okay, I'm about to read the story.
Heather,
Okay.
please read. Heather, please read it, please.
I am
So
a
you
first
like to read.
generation. Stop it. Corner. I am a first generation American whose parents were once illegal. Sorry, everything kind of came in. Okay. Who were once illegal immigrants. They've long since obtained citizenship. I voted for Trump in a non swing, um, Democratic state. So my vote was solely to express my belief, which was that Donald Trump would be a strong leader in a seemingly increasingly divisive and hostile world. alongside the idea that he would be proactive in comparison to Kamala, who unfortunately has a rep for not taking much action alongside the Biden administration. Apart from this, I also believe she wasn't ready. Dang it, sorry. I also believe that she wasn't ready for the role given what I've seen from interviews, and she was thrust into the campaign 90 days prior to the elections. Unfortunately, this vote can be seen as choosing a better evil, knowing very well of Trump's character, but regardless, deciding he would be the best choice as a president. Political views aside, as I know, there are many angles to further debate and evaluate this. Was a vote for Trump a betrayal on my family? I recently read an article of how doing so under my circumstances would be considered as so, and I'm feeling heavily guilty. Regardless, I want to know the consensus.
Come out the corner, JD, Jack Williams.
And I'm back.
um, I think maybe they felt like because the vote wouldn't, maybe they felt like it wouldn't matter, that they were just expressing how they feel, not realizing that them expressing how they feel in when it comes down to this affects your family directly head on. So of course it's going to hurt your parents, especially if they went through the processes and everything, knew what it felt like to be illegal immigrants in this country at one point, and knowing that there are still people out there that is also a part of your same ethnicity going through the same thing, for you to think that his administration would actually care about your family, yeah, that hurts. That's going to hurt your parents. So I think I feel like he was just concentrating on specific things and wasn't looking at the big picture. I think that's honestly what it is.
I'm gonna jump off the ledge and say that you possibly could even punch your own ticket back to your parents' country because you might even fall underneath the classification of a birthright citizen. So at the end of the day, just because you're first generation born here and your parents are illegal and came over here and procreated on U.S. territory, you might fall underneath the category of a birthright citizenship, and you might get your ass deported directly as well. So not only should you feel some type of way, but your family have every right to feel some type of way of how you reacted. Like at the end of the day, you wasn't thinking whatsoever. Like I'm sure your parents came here for a better future for not only themselves but for their for generations to come as well. And
Mhm.
for you to vote the way that for you to vote the way that you voted, knowing what your parent status is, what your other siblings of the family citizenship may be, like bad move.
Yeah, to piggyback off that, I just believe you didn't do the proper research. A lot of people who a lot of cultures didn't do the proper research on the election. In my opinion, I think they just went off of what was said. I just think they just it was more along the line of who it was just basically I'm gonna take what this person said and run with it. And they didn't look further. They just basically took what people said verbatim and that was it. And not knowing that like even like we've been talking about last election all night and knowing what this man has done his last election, he didn't do what he was supposed to do his last election. So what made you think that he was going to do anything remotely what he said he was going to do in his campaign on this election amazes me at the end of the day. So like you just said, you just punched your own ticket to going back to the homeland at the end of the day. So yeah,
I'll say
basically
this.
you made yourself look stupid as well as made your family. Go ahead, Professor.
I'll say this. anybody that is an illegal immigrant who has voted for him, it's crazy to me because he showed how he felt about them last election. You see now he separated parents from their kids, and to this day, a lot of parents still can't find their kids. So to say you're picking a greater of two evils is crazy in that aspect of how he did illegal immigrants or immigrants. I'm just say immigrants. His last election and now, and he's never been quiet about how he felt about immigrants and getting them out and putting up a wall and all this and that. So for you to actually vote for him, in my opinion, just my humble opinion, that's crazy. I don't care if you say you're picking a greater of two evils. At the end of the day, just solely based on that, if I was an immigrant, I would not have chosen him. But to each his own. But in my opinion, yes, you're an asshole. That you did that to your parents, plain and simple.
And yourself
You-
and your
Yeah.
friends.
not, not only are you an asshole, but you are fucking insane. You are fucking insane and a fucking idiot.
Fucking idiot.
Yes, because I don't know if you made like a grand omission to what Trump has done. I don't know. I don't know if you chose to ignore the fact. I don't know. But if you really follow like politics and you pay attention to what he has said and done, both both in his last term and leading up to this term, then you that statement of choosing the greater of two evils is bullshit at the end of the day. Because if you follow politics, you wouldn't have went the route you took in making said decisions. So back to my statement, and I'll say this with pure emphasis: you are a fucking idiot.
He said what he said.
Man.
And with that
Alrighty.
being said,
I'll go to the comments. Sorry.
thank you.
All right. Marcus says corner popping. And he says, oh, he's Latino. English is his second language. And he says they're legal now. They have citizenship.
Yeah, but think
Bullshit.
about it. Whoever else came over with his parents or related to him that came out, they may not be citizens.
A lot of people don't have citizenship just because you're
No, but
born.
his parents do though. It said it in the story.
No,
Oh, and
yeah,
he says that was powerful.
yeah. Hope you felt it.
I think we have time for one more.
You want to read it, or you want me to see if I can read it?
I'll read it just in
Okay.
case. Okay.
Do the last one I sent you. No,
The last
do
one? Okay.
do that one. Well, you decide. You look at the title and you decide which one.
Hold up.
I think
We got
the one before that.
Hold on. We got one more. We got
Oh,
one
one
more. Meets for president. That we got. We got
Yeah,
one more.
it says meet for president.
Meets for president. So yeah, for sure.
All right.
Go 48.
Huh?
I said go 48.
All right. I have no desire to have sex with my husband after I found out he voted for Trump.
God damn.
I, 38 female, was horrified to see that we re-elected a hateful, narcissistic, racist, misogynistic, sexual predator as a president. I am a voter that is unaffiliated and unaffiliated and research the candidates running. I do not vote based on political party. My husband, 41 male, is the exact same way. He voted for Hillary in 2016 and Biden in 2020 due to social issues. He has been hinting that he supported Trump over Harris, and it has caused some heated arguments. I am a woman that had been sexually assaulted as a child and as an adult. I also have an abortion because of my severe PPD. I was suicidal with our daughter and because he didn't want another child. As someone who was always talking about equality, I was shocked that my husband supported Trump. It felt like a slap in the face to me since both of the women he had been married to were both survivors of rape. Rape. Ever since then, I have not wanted to have sex with him at all. He has been asking almost every day, and I keep telling him no since I'm not in the mood. I really don't know how to get past this. Edit. I have talked to him several times about how this election has personally made me feel. He either stays silent or tells me that everyone has their own reason to vote the way they did. It's hurtful to think he was thinking about himself than his wife or daughter. He has been so selfless, but caring for others over himself, and has been very protective over our family. I felt that this decision completely voids the selfless level. Is she the asshole for not having sex with her husband?
I want to hear from the men.
Yeah.
Let's go, fellas.
Nope, she's not. She's not an asshole for that. Because goes back. Hey, your body, your choice. Your body, your
Okay.
choice.
I
Because
mean, yep.
Well
and it's
said.
mighty awkward. It is mighty awkward that this man has had two women that been has been married to two
Essay.
women that exactly. So now and yeah, so now it's like and then the fact that has intrigued me that he voted for Hillary, but then he didn't vote
And
for Kamala.
Biden.
Yeah, he voted for Hillary and he voted for Biden, but didn't vote for Kamala. So that intrigued me. So now it's starting to make me think like, why didn't you vote for Kamala? So now it's starting to make me think, are you a racist in a sense? Because just out of curiosity, because what are the
How do you
what are the different rules?
That might be a stretch. That
You
I'll
might
think
be a
say
it's
this. How do you vote
how
for
is it?
because Biden was was our boy Obama's vice. So how can you
Right.
sit here? How can you sit here and say he a racist if he supports Donnie and Donnie was in direct?
But it all falls in the same line though.
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far. Maybe you hitting towards something, but maybe you not. You know, so
I
it's
mean,
not
like
it's
I
not
said, that's why I
enough
said it's
where
curiosity. It's just my curiosity. It's just my curiosity because, like I said, Hillary to Biden. Like I said, I mean, even though Hillary didn't win, of course, but I'm just saying you voted for her. You voted for her. Just purely off that, and then you voted for Biden because Trump ran this shit into the ground. We already know that the first time.
but that I wouldn't have went that way. The route I would have went was you voted for Trump, but you had your wife get an abortion because you didn't want kids. When Trump is trying to ban abortion, when he, in all these different states and all this. So the fact that you would pick somebody who's going to get something that you want done because you don't want more kids and you didn't have her have an abortion is
And why?
crazy.
And why? And now I'm trying to figure out like why both of your wives have been SA'd.
I don't want to speak on that part.
I
Hmm.
don't know, but that is crazy that it's a coincidence that
Now I
both.
want to dig into now for some reason I want to dig in deeper into your life at the end of the day. But that's another story another day. But it just for me it don't make no sense for me. It's just like the just your thought process doesn't make any sense. It's like you voted for like I said you voted for Hillary, but then like I said like the professor pointed out, you voted for Trump, but now you voting for, who wants to get rid of abortion, but but your wife to have an
Had her
abortion.
get one.
It just don't make no sense. But now you mad because your wife don't want to you now. But like I said, her body, her choice. So don't, you can't get mad at her now. So
My thing about it is that as a husband, your one of your jobs is to protect your wife.
You know it.
And to sit here and not be understanding of you putting someone in office that literally could give a flying shit about her body. Basically, he is okay with implementing rules that basically tell her that her body does not belong to her, and pretty much she has no fucking say so to what she does with her own body. Of course, she's not going to have sex with you when, again, she is someone who has survived SA attack, and you put someone in office that has no problem with any of that type of behavior. She has every right to sit here and start looking at you differently because, again, you are supposed to be her safe place as well as she is yours. You are not that right now. So why would she be that vulnerable to want to engage in sexual acts? If like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's not fair to how she's feeling. And it just kind of confuses me as to how you're like, so how exactly are you voting? What are you looking at to where you voted for Hillary and then you voted for Biden and then you turn around and vote for Trump? Like, Trump hasn't really changed his ideologies at all. They're pretty much been the same. So what the fuck is it, like, what is it that has you aligning with this motherfucker now to where you disregarded how your wife is feeling completely? That's my question.
It's a valid question.
A very good one at that. And to me, it the husband's insensitivity is pretty much the focal point at all of this. Because if if the husband was sensitive to the wife, then he wouldn't have this thought process or this method of thinking when it came down to his, I guess you could say, his choice in voting this go around. Because if you were to go deeper to the well of understanding what what will happen it when Trump got into office, then he wouldn't have he wouldn't have the ideology he has now, if that makes any sense.
None of this. Anybody else got any words in regards to the story?
I said what I
Um,
had to say.
I think it's self-explanatory. Like,
I will play devil's advocate real quickly and say this because going back to what she stated in the beginning of the way that they voted, it wasn't based on personal, or they weren't just with, one specific party. They did do their, research on everything. So I'll ask you guys this question. Do you feel like because they've always voted that way that maybe he doesn't quite understand why she feels how she feels because hers is more with, like, it's more personal than anything. It's not the way that they usually, like, it's not the usual way that their votes are swayed. Do you think that's maybe one of the reasons why he's not understanding the heaviness of it?
mm, I think the husband probably was looking at Trump's ideology is more as financial as opposed to what he was looking more of what he can achieve, what the he was looking at the world financial wise of what he can achieve more financially as opposed to what women what the way the world would look in a woman's eyes as opposed to what he can achieve more financially as opposed to the way the world would be more in a woman's eyes. And I think that's the way he looked at it. And I think that's the way a lot of men looked at it. It was like how the way the world would be financially, like if you're in a certain tax bracket, as opposed to the way, as opposed to the way women. I don't think women's bodies and the way women would be treated did not come up in a lot of men's thought process came up. It was just like, I don't give a fuck about abortion. It ain't got nothing to do with me because I can't have babies. So it really didn't make no difference. And that's my personal opinion.
That's one way to look at it.
What are you guys' thoughts about it? Do you think that it was? Do you think that was the way that he probably looked at it?
I I definitely say I could definitely say it played a factor. I mean, because like I said, he's not. I would say he's not really grasping at the long term, like personally, how it would affect one's how it would affect his wife's psyche at the end of the day. So I I it it basically goes back to me saying like his method of thinking and his ideology is not really it's not really crystal clear. So he could have done a better job at like looking at it from her point of view. I mean, that's my take on it.
Okay. All right, you guys ready to get to the comments?
Mm.
Okay. All right. Marcus is back on his other page. His wife is trash. This is an interracial couple. He's a captain saver. He ain't mad. He got blue balls. I bet he the breadwinner because she not leaving him. She just holding back her black box. Jesus Christ. Okay, that's it. That's it, Marcus. Asia's in the building. What's up? How you doing?
Hey, Asia.
She says, agreed. Too many voters primarily considered financial gains.
I definitely agree with that.
All righty. We have come to the end.
All right. We have come to the end of Fuck Around and Find Out, our first show of the year for UTR's Talk Your Shit. And may I say it was a doozy. We are, what might I say, it was a great show. Y'all definitely talk your shit in the comments. But before we get out of here, y'all know how we like to do it. We like to get our final comments out. And as sure as always, the lovely Heather B, if you would please.
Thank you. I'm definitely happy to be back. We definitely were gone for a while, but definitely happy to be back to open up a new year, new season. Just make sure that you guys are following our Facebook page as well as the TikTok page, however, how long that will stay. Instagram as well as YouTube. For my final, also definitely want to send again love out once again to anyone that is affected by the fires, anyone who is currently completely snowed in for the winter storm currently going on in the south right now. Just be safe, please. As far as yes, far as final words are concerned, my final words. As much as people, I've seen a lot of discourse in regards to people really being upset because they're getting cut off because of them voting for Trump. Instead of just looking at it as just you voting for a person, look at how it is going to affect other people's lives beyond your own. You may not have an immigrant family, so it may not affect you directly, but your kids may be going to school with someone who might be an immigrant, and because ICE has come into their school, they're now being taken out. So now it's affecting you directly. Just because it's not affecting you directly at that point doesn't mean that it's something that can't affect you in the future. We have to have empathy, especially right now with what's going on. A lot of our rights are being taken away. The best thing that you can have right now is empathy for others and understand that everyone is not living the same life. So please be more understanding when someone is expressing to you how they feel and if it's something that directly hurt them. It's not someone just crying wolf. It's not someone just screaming to be screaming. They are hurting because their lives are literally about to be changed. That's all I have to say.
Double A. Final comment.
I'm sorry. Did you call me? Because my computer over here acting crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I mean, do you have a final comment? I'm sorry. My apologies.
I don't know where to start. I will say this: who you voted for is who you voted for. How you live your life is how you live your life. Um, don't put yourself in toxic situations or relationships because of what one may do for you or what one may take away from you because of how you see life or who you vote for. um, know that we all in this together. So who's in office now is who's in office now, and this is who is going to be the guy for the next 4 years unless something else happens. Um, at the end of the day,
I'm working on
we
it.
can't change the inevitable. I'll leave the big words to Meech after that. Um, but again, no matter who the figurehead is as the president, life must go on. We must be great. No pun intended. We must be successful. We must come together as people. Um, life is short. Y'all stay strong. Y'all be safe, and I'll see you on the next show.
mm. Meech. Let's hear it, bro.
All right. Well, I'll start off by saying, like, everyone that came up and showed out tonight, man, thank thank you. Thank you for coming out and showing that grand energy and keep on running it up as the segments roll along this year because we love the support y'all give us each and every day and every segment that we do. And as far as final remarks is concerned, I mean, what don't don't throw away like don't throw away like you know friendships and family just because of your political views at the end of the day because it to me is so minor and when when you get to a point where you're gonna need you're gonna need your family at the end of the day, regardless of their political views or what they stand on. So don't don't be so petty when it comes to politics and what your family or friends stand on at the end of the day. And I'll leave it at that.
Okay. It's on me. All right. Well, let me take my glasses off. So, first and foremost, again, this is a new year. Uh, Once again, we would like to also, give our hearts, our condolences to everyone who has lost their lives in the fires, lost their homes, lost, belongings and memories and etc. in these fires. And like the professor said in the beginning of the show, if you can somehow give something to anyone, give donations or anything you can, give it to them personally, not just to these GoFundmes, because these people are not able to they're not able to touch these funds at all. Now to my final comments. First and foremost, this election it wasn't about it wasn't about politics. It was about like it was about humanity at the end of the day. It was about what you saw as a human being at the end of the day. It was about what you felt as a person. It was about right or wrong at the end of the day. And a lot of people chose, I'm not and I'm gonna be, and like I say, a lot of people probably gonna see me in the street and antagonize me for it, but a lot of people chose wrong. It is what it is, and I'm saying it here. And now people are reaping the consequences of it because of what this man has done within the last 5 days. Now this country is, how should I say, they're scared for their lives. They're scared for the lives of their families now. And honestly, and out of all my years of being here in this country, we were actually afraid to see a black woman running. And it was, and me personally, that was one of the most degrading thoughts that I've ever seen people ever say. They weren't ready to see it happen. And when people say they were voting for the lesser evil, or they were voting for the greater evil, or whatever, however they said it was so disheartening to me. And now, when you see people walking around talking about, oh, I can't believe he lied to me. I can't believe this. I can't believe that. Now it's like, what did you think he was going to do? This man blatantly told you to your face what he was going to do. So now we have to sit back, unless, like, these four individuals told you, well, mostly, like these four individuals told you, unless anything, unless something happens, we have to sit back and just watch and hope that it doesn't touch someone we love at the end of the day. And it done touched people that we know and love at the end of the day. And it's fucked up at the end of the day. And it's fucked up, and it hurts my heart that that it has to be this way. So I'm gonna say that in my final remarks, that when the next time comes around, don't just you don't be misguided and use misinformation. Go out and do your research and actually get out there and look at what you need to look at before, and do the research on the people that you're actually voting for before you actually just go out and vote. And that's really it. So on you, Professor.
We live in a country where Everybody has a right to their opinion. At the end of the day, who you vote for is who you vote for. You may not like who people vote for. Just be respectful at the end of the day. Um, just understand that everything has a consequence, and you'll learn it as you get older. But just love on people who love on you. If you can fix things, fix it. If you can't, you try. Let it be. Move on. At the end of the day, I love y'all. Live life, love and laugh. Yeah.
And with that being said, we have come to the
No, we have comments.
end of.
We just have a couple more left just before we go.
Okay.
Alrighty. Payne says, enjoyed myself, fam. Appreciate it. Uh, thank you, Eli. Thank you for the fire signs and everything. Thank you. Payne also says, looking forward to this season. More topics, more energy, more talk your shit. Facts. Thank you. Asia says, good show. Happy New Year and good night. Thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us. And
Thank you.
Marcus says, good night. Good show, y'all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Salute, my God. And with that being said, we have come to the end of the first show of Talk Your Shit. Fuck around and find out. And we are out of here. Take care of yourselves and each other. We love y'all.